Trump now says on Truth Social he's close to raising the funds needed for the $454 million bond from his New York civil case. Trump writing on Truth Social, quote, "Through hard work, talent, and luck, I currently have almost $500 million in cash, a substantial amount of which I intend to use in my campaign for president." So the question is, if he's got the money, is he going to use it for the campaign or to give it to Letitia James?
I guess I'm not that surprised because I got the sense from the former, he did not want them touching his properties. I mean, from a political standpoint, it would be great for the president. People seeing them take his property, I think, would send chills down average day Americans with most reasonable independent vote, especially the Republican Party, would kind of unite the Republican Party. But I think there's so much of his family name when it comes to these businesses that he didn't want them being touched.
I don't blame him.
See what happens. You could also get it knocked down.
Yes, welcome back. Trump vowed to fight New York AG case all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court as deadline to post 454 million loans. I don't know if you have seen this.
The Letitia James crusade against Donald Trump is disgusting and is a threat to every American. When you have prosecutors who are elected to office on a promise of going after one particular individual as she campaigned on, then go on to keep a campaign promise using the legal system to do it, it's unjust. And this particular case reveals how ugly that is. In this case, you're talking about a crime for which there was literally no identifiable victim. The people who did business with Donald Trump weren't individual consumers. They were sophisticated financial institutions who made money from their dealings. And yet Letitia James is using a consumer protection statute to literally make up numbers and say, hey, you have hundreds of millions of dollars in penalties that you owe. You have bond to post by a particular date of an unreasonable magnitude that even no billionaire is regularly able to meet. And to say, if you don't do it, I'm going to start seizing your property. It's disgusting, and it is a threat to not only private property, but threat to the justice system and to the rights of every American.
I don't know if you have seen this. Trump vows to fight New York AG case all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court as deadline to post 454 million loans. Trump put this out recently. He has about 500 million cash, but he is not willing to give a dime to this lady. When you go down this article, Fox News recently put out, former president said he will fight the ruling out of New York Attorney General Letitia James case all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court if necessary, telling Fox News Digital that they can't take away your property before you have the chance to appeal. I have a couple of videos I'm just going to play so you'll see exactly what is going on.
All right, Frank, the politics of this. Folks in the Biden campaign are already starting to refer to Donald Trump as broke Don, which is interesting. And then there is the possibility that the New York Attorney General, Letitia James, would have to start or would start seizing assets, maybe even buildings. How do you think that would play?
I want you to remember this moment, and don't forget it. If the New York Attorney General starts to take his homes away, starts to seize his assets, it's all going to be on camera. Pundits are going to sit there and scream about this. This man cannot be elected. You're going to create the greatest victimhood of 2024, and you're going to elect Donald Trump. If they take his stuff, he's going to say that this is proof that the federal government and the establishment and the swamp in Washington and all the politicians across the country and the attorneys generals and all of this, that this is a conspiracy to deny him the presidency. He's going to go up in the polls just like he went up every single time they indicted him. The indictment, let's not talk about whether it's justified or not, but it will prove the things that he's saying on the campaign trail, and he will go up, and it may just elect him president. Do not forget that. And I say this to the Attorney General right now. If you play politics on this, this is what the secretaries of state did in Colorado and what they did in, I believe, was Maine. His numbers went up in both states. I don't understand. I'm almost speechless in how pathetic the opposition to Trump has been and how completely misguided. And this is a perfect example of it.
What do you think about that?
I mean, my biggest question, this is the beauty of Frank having his job, which I don't have, is that happened, what you're talking about, Maine, Colorado, when you're talking about what happened in a primary. And while I don't disagree with the optics, I've spoken to people inside Trump world who are saying, instead of bankruptcy, we sit in the peace. Come to Trump Tower, please. We'll have cameras there. We'll have that fight. We'll win that optics battle. I think the bigger question is, in a general election, and given the fact that the Biden campaign has really latched on to this in a way that they haven't in most legal issues.
Broke down. I've been surprised to hear that.
He was joking about it last night at a fundraiser as well that was off camera, whether or not that rise in the polls can carry into a general election audit. And you'd know better than, I mean, you're talking to people, you'd know better.
How is Donald Trump beating Joe Biden when he's got 85 indictments that still exist? Felonies. How is he beating Joe Biden with the economy getting better and things cleaning up? Okay, you got still have inflation, you still have got immigration. Trump is leading, and in the 7 swing states, Trump is up by the margin of error in 5 out of 7. Why is that happening? Because his critics are stupid, and they're running a horrible campaign. And for those people who do not want Joe...
Mexican tyrant Letitia James takes first step in seizing Trump asset, file judgment in Westchester County, where Trump golf course is located. I don't know if you have seen this. I have a couple of videos I'm going to play so you can see exactly what is going on. Vivek went off on her like she should be disbarred. When you look at excessive fines that this woman put up, now she is taking first step to start seizing Trump property. Just imagine this. When you go down on this article, the Gateway Pundit recently put out, Mexican tyrant Letitia James took the first step in seizing Trump asset on Thursday after his attorney said he was unable to secure a bond to appeal the massive judgment in the New York City fraud case. Letitia James filed judgment in Westchester County, where Trump private estate and golf course is located. President Trump has 4 days to either pay the judgment or convince the appellate court to allow him to delay the payment pending appeal.
You need at least 30 days to get any of these properties sold. But the property that you alluded to, Mar-a-Lago, potentially that could be something that could be sold quickly. I think the valuation is something in the hundreds of millions, and I think there could be a buyer for something like that.
And that would be literally, if you're talking about doing that between now and Monday, that's picking up the phone, calling someone, and them literally writing a check.
Yeah, I mean, there could be plenty of international people who want to buy that property. I mean, there's properties that are priced at 150 and 200 million that are nearby that. And Palm Beach is like the NVIDIA, of real estate. It's just shot up like a rocket. And people do want to live there. They've moved there. So I think that would be the best case scenario as to property. If he's trying to sell quickly, I would encourage that.
So, all right. Now, that's 240 million estimated. I mean, who knows? You know, he's a desperate seller. In this case, someone picks up the phone and makes that call this week. So I don't know what it'd be. That's still half. Right. Of what it would be.
Yes, I want you to see this hypocrisy. These same people, few days ago, they were standing up to align with the judge when he said Trump property was just worth this little amount. Now, they are here assessing the property that he should sell it out. So it is now worth a lot of money, according to CNN.